Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Harrison Ford will not be penalized for taxiway landing. Extremely costly AD may be in the works for Continental Motors. And Airbus A319neo takes to the skies. Hello, I'm Christopher C. Odom. It's April 7th, 2017, and this is Airborne Unlimited. An attorney for actor and pilot Harrison Ford says he will not face any sanctions or restrictions on his pilot certificate for landing on a taxiway at John Wayne Airport on February 13th. Attorney Stephen Hofer said that the FAA conducted a full investigation, including an interview with Mr. Ford. Hofer noted, the agency determined that no administrative or enforcement action was warranted. The agency acknowledged Mr. Ford's long history of compliance with the Federal Aviation Regulations and his cooperative attitude during the investigation. Mr. Ford has held a pilot certificate for more than 20 years, has logged more than 5,000 hours in the air, and has never been the subject of an FAA administrative or enforcement action. Ford was piloting his Aviat Husky when he landed on a taxiway C after being cleared to land on runway 20L. He flew over a Boeing 737 that was on the taxiway. In a recording previously released by the FAA between Ford and air traffic controllers, he said, "I'm the schmuck who landed on the taxiway." The FAA has completed its investigation of the incident in which a pilot landed on the taxiway at John Wayne Airport on February 13, 2017, spokesman Ian Gregor said in a statement. The FAA does not comment on cases involving individual airmen. Continental Motors issued Mandatory Service Bulletin MSB05-8B, affecting all 520 and 550 series engines, plus a few of the 400 series. Normally, Part 91 operators are not required to comply with manufacturers' service bulletins. However, when Continental issues a mandatory service bulletin, it means that they have asked the FAA to issue an Airworthiness Directive to make compliance compulsory. For many years, Continental's official recommendation has been that their engines should be overhauled at some recommended number of hours or after 12 years in service, whichever comes first. This is only a recommendation, not a regulatory requirement. Michael Bush, CEO of Saviation, says why Continental did this is not clear because there does not appear to have been any significant numbers of accidents or incidents involving failures of the old-style camshaft gears, and there's no mention of any such failures in MSB05-8B. Bush said, Savvy manages many hundreds of aircraft with the affected gears, and in the 8 years we've been in the business, we have not encountered a single camshaft gear failure. My best guess is that the FAA may not buy into the 100-hour compliance requirement, but very well might go with the 12-year requirement, but that's only a guess. Another school of thought is that the FAA may not have an appetite to take on such an expensive and controversial AD under the anti-regulation climate of the current administration. After the break, the Airbus A319neo gets some airtime.
Progressive Aerodyne's Sea-Ray Elite offers turbocharged Rotax power and Garmin G3X Touch avionics. Incredibly well equipped, you can fly away in this best-in-category amphib for less than $160,000. Visit searay.com for more details.
Your Cessna 172 or 177 wants a TrueTrack autopilot, and so do many others. Visit TrueTrackAP.com and get your airplane added to the model list. The TrueTrack Autopilot at TrueTrackAP.com.
Since 2001, MGL Avionics has produced avionics for experimental and light sport aircraft. The flagship product is the IEFIS, a comprehensive next-generation flight, engine, and navigation instrument designed to meet the demands of the modern pilot. See more at www.mglavionics.com.
Welcome back. If you'd like to be a supporter of Airborne Unlimited, send an email to jim@aero-news.net. The first Airbus A319neo performed its maiden flight recently. the smallest member of the A320neo family, powered by CFM International LEAP 1A engines, took off from Hamburg and landed in Toulouse after a 5-hour flight. It was piloted by experimental test pilots Michael Gagnon and Eckhart Hauser, who were assisted by test flight engineer Jean-Michel Pin, while 2 flight test engineers, Sylvie Loisel-Labaste and David Ognon, directed the flight from the aircraft's test engineer station. This flight was the occasion for the crew to assess the general handling of the aircraft and to check the main systems. The A319neo will be based in Toulouse to complete its flight test program. The A320neo family incorporates new generation engines and sharklet wing tip devices, which together deliver more than 15% in fuel savings from day one and 20% by 2020. With 1 aircraft in 3 sizes, the A320neo family, seating from 100 to 240 passengers, covers the entire single-aisle segment from low to high-density domestic to longer-range routes. The A319neo can accommodate up to 160 passengers. It's Friday, and that means it's time for A&N CEO and Editor-in-Chief Jim Campbell to check in with his weekly Barnstorming commentary. As the Planes of Fame scandal receives condemnation of thousands, A&M's Jim Campbell proclaims that there is no positive benefit that occurs when the aviation community members fight each other. None. Here's this week's Barnstorming.
Thanks, Chris. Hi, folks. We've got a problem out there, and I've been thinking about it for a couple of days, and that's why I'm doing Barnstorming early, because I'm heading out to Lakeland in the morning. But this Planes of Fame problem that has cropped up in the last couple of days is one of the most moronic things I've seen in a long time. Usually, airports and airport businesses or airport entities, or for that matter, an air show, are fighting NIMBYs. Not in my backyard. The people who don't like noise, who don't like freedom, who don't like the quote-unquote fat cats who fly airplanes, even though most of us are struggling along just to be able to stay in the air. But they have all these reasons for hating us because they're not part of us. But what happens when those who are a part of us fight us? That's where the Planes of Fame Museum is at right now. The suit that's been filed against them most recently is from airport businesses who believe that the 2 days of the air show and some of the attendant activity results in a loss to them. They ignore the fact that that 2 days produces a tremendous amount of notoriety, a great deal of attendance, draws the entire community to this one place for those days, and can help them feed their FBOs, help them feed their avionics shops, help them feed their other museum projects because of the additional visibility, because of the additional attention, because of the additional people. They come there, they see it, they see aviation in a great way, and there's a possibility that they may want to look at this business, that business from A to Z, and participate. So when you fight an aviation business and are an aviation business or entity, you're eating your young. This industry has been doing that for years. I don't get it. I don't understand it. The business aviation community can't stand sport aviation, or GA is having a problem getting clobbered by commercial aviation, or what have you. There's no point to it. It makes no sense. We are a community. We are a community under fire. We are a community under duress. We are a community that is fragmented and does not know how to work together. We are a community that is dying the death of 1,000 cuts. Our airports are getting killed. Our pilots are being inundated with restrictions and regulations. Our airplanes are being restricted and regulated. There's all kinds of things out there that are trying to diminish the impact and the access to aviation, and here we are doing it to ourselves. Really? Are we really that stupid? Yeah, I guess we are. Folks, I don't care what it is out there. If you've got a beef with aviation business, try to find a way to solve it. Try to keep it out of the courts. But if you can't, there are entities, there are associations, there are folks that can help bring people together. I'm sure that there are folks in the community who are happy to get involved, but most important, let's find a way to cooperate. Let's find a way to communicate. Let's find a way to innovate. And let's find a way to not fight and make up. If we got a problem, let's solve them. But let's do it amongst ourselves and not bring in outside entities and groundhogs to hurt aviation even more than it's hurt already, and certainly by our own devices. We need to react and to cooperate and to enact community involvement, and in a way that we all work together, or we're going to lose it all. For the Aero-News Network, Airborne and Aero-TV, I'm Jim Campbell, looking to cooperate and looking for us to quit eating our young.
After these messages, Boeing scores a major 737 MAX order.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Redbird Flight Simulations is dedicated to revolutionizing flight training by designing, manufacturing, and delivering affordable and innovative flight training technologies. Each Redbird device is designed to enhance the training experience for pilots of all levels, from student to ATP. Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing a few of those other great stories in a brief segment that we call Around the Patch. Boeing has confirmed the signing of a memorandum of agreement with Iran Asaman Airlines, expressing the airline's intent to purchase 30 Boeing 737 MAX airplanes with a list price value of $3 billion. The agreement also provides the airline with purchase rights for 30 additional 737 MAXs. Independent insurance agents and brokers can now benefit from the Transport Risk Management Unmanned Risk Management Allianz Insurance Program. Additionally, over the next 90 days, additional insurers will be offering quotations and policy issuance directly through the Unmanned Risk Management Submission Suite, allowing agents and insureds to access the entire market through a single point. Avidyne has announced that the Staffordshire, United Kingdom-based Tatenhill Aviation has selected Avidyne IFD 540 and IFD 440 avionics systems for their fleet of aircraft. We needed to update our aircraft to meet the upcoming EU mandate for 8.33 kHz COM radio frequency spacing and found the Avidyne IFDs to be a terrific choice to meet our needs, said Paul Shelton, Managing Director of Tatenhill Aviation. Kaney Aerospace has announced the completion of its acquisition of BVR Technologies Company from Esterline Corporation. The combined company will operate as Kaney Aerospace with a workforce of over 120 employees, primarily in Rockford, Illinois, with an annual sales in excess of $20 million to the aerospace and medical equipment industries. A Cessna 510 Citation Mustang flight simulator has been delivered to Frasca International to DV training at Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport, France. The new simulation center was established by Oyaner, a leading French business aviation charter company, to train its own Mustang pilots, as well as pilots flying elsewhere in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East that hold an EASA license. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Now, let's get back to the rest of the news. The Aviation Subcommittee of the House Transportation Committee held the fourth in a series of hearings Wednesday as it continues to prepare an FAA reauthorization bill. The hearing was intended to examine the continuously changing aviation system, which evolves with the introduction and growth of new technologies, innovative business models, and non-traditional users. Full Committee Chairman Bull Schuster said in his prepared remarks, "The United States is the birthplace of aviation. We paved the way in modern aviation. Where we have innovated, the world has followed. We need to ensure our continued leadership. New technologies have led to new airspace operators, such as unmanned aircraft and commercial space transportation operators. These changes in the aviation industry pose both opportunities and challenges for aviation infrastructure. We must enable innovation and its integration while also maintaining our incredible aviation safety record. Companies like Virgin Galactic, SpaceX, and Blue Origin are ramping up operations to make commercial space a regular part of our national transportation system. SpaceX in particular is targeting 70 launches through 2019, a rate of one launch every 2 or 3 weeks. We are quickly approaching what was once science fiction, commercial space launches nearly every day. Well, that's our program for today. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily, Monday through Friday, with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe, and do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest in aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Keep flying. We'll see you Monday.